Alright, that cow incident, when I was reading the post about this crazy young man walking through the hood shooting people, I was like, the hood should have retaliated ASAP. He shouldn't have made it out that hood. But he did. But for his attorney to try to argue self-defense, you know they was desperate. Self-defense? Who fights a person with a gun? Who's gonna run up to somebody with an assault rifle of all weapons and try to fight them? If anything, you backing up. He has a gun. You're not gonna try to fight him. I know they got video footage of this man going bananas trying to raise money. For what? Let them raise all the money they want. If the judicial system let this man get away with murder, then you can't depend on the judicial system. Why depend on something that is not doing its job? That's like keeping a washing machine that doesn't wash clothes. You might as well wash them clothes yourself. It's that simple. Like, that's just how I look at everything in life. Like, if I go to a restaurant and that restaurant doesn't cook my food the way it's supposed to be cooked, or the way it's advertised, then I gotta find another way of getting food. It's the reality of life. They can't get mad if you have to take things in your own hand because they're not doing their job. Who's gonna keep anybody at a job when they're not doing their job and the judicial system is working for us? It's a built-in establishment meant to keep the civilization civilized. Now, if you're not doing your job, you're not supporting the civilization. Therefore, you have to reap what you sow. Just like if somebody commit a crime, the repercussions are evident. So how could the repercussions of people not getting justice not be self-evident too? It's automatic. I still don't see how he made it out the hood. I don't care. I done seen too many people in that area, Kenesha, whatever. I first look it up, it's black people, and I'm like, yeah, they probably thought they was smart by putting up these black kids who was killing people. But yeah, they was all in handcuffs, and they all was being, put in jail and stuff like that. Like, they wasn't getting away with murder once they got caught with murder. Shoot, every gangster in America can argue self-defense. I had to shoot him before he shoot me. Like, that's just how it is. Like, that's just the way it is. But if they can't go around just killing people who are unarmed, nobody can. The hell, like you can't just be like, oh, this individual goes to church. He's a Christian. So, I was a Christian. I went to war, not to save people. Other people was out there. They were Christians too. A lot of these kids probably grew up in church and went south. I don't see no churches like, yo, man, we gotta save that young blood or that young crip because, they strayed away from the path. Let's bring them back to Christ. Nah, y'all bugging. Y'all realize y'all done messed up, programmed this man to throw away his life, and now y'all trying to make it seem like, oh, because he's white, he should get, leniency. That's gonna cause repercussions by itself right there. And then you're not just putting these group of individuals at risk. You putting everybody at risk because at any given time somebody can snap and say F this. I'm gonna start shooting innocent people like they shooting innocent people. It's bound to happen eventually. I think that's what they headed for. I think that's actually what they aiming for. They want some black person to go on a killing spree and start killing white people. Because he got it up in his head, it's all a racial factor. None of this is racial. I don't believe for 1 second any of this outbursts and violence is racial. It's all due to the influence of power. Who has authority and the abuse of that. Because when you're white, you feel like you're privileged. That's authority. You feel that because who you are and what position you hold, you could do certain things. Now, if you want to properly run a civilization and call yourselves, the people like white people claim they are like superior race or whatever, you gotta act in a superior fashion. You can't be calling yourself superior and acting like Neanderthals. Like, oh, I smash. Oh, I shoot. Papa, he dead. Huh, 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 huh. I kill. Huh, huh, huh. Like, you gotta use your head. Ain't that what y'all was so-called known for doing? To be honest, I don't ever believe in none of the BS that history taught me. I believe all these motherfuckers ever did in their entire fucking existence is just steal knowledge, steal this, steal that, and use it to their best advantages, and it worked out for them. We on the other hand are more conservative and more self influenced than they are, and I think they know that. That's why we stuck in the way we are stuck in, because we really not trying to back down from the way we believe we should be living. And the sad part is, technically, we're brainwashing to believe in the way we're living is the way we want to live. A lot of us are. It's just sad. You know what I mean? That not too many other people is realizing this. It's just crazy. But at the end of the day, you gotta realize one thing. People who feel like they are superior and act inferior are exactly who they are. It's that simple. You can't be two things at once. You can't say you smart and do stupid things all of the time. You gotta say you do stupid things all the time, but you know better. Like, you can be a better person, but you choose not to be because I guess you want to fit in. Welcome to being a nigga.